Hello, people of Earth! It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Today is Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time to crown trios champions in Fire Pro Wrestling World. First, I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we are happy to have you with us, and we hope the day finds you well. We hope the day finds you well. We hope the day finds you well. Alright. Let's see. Oh, a bit of a shorter stream today because, well, it's in the calendar month in game. It's October, and that's an even month, and I like ending things with a certain bit of order to them. So, as next week is the last month in the calendar month of October in Really Real's life, and I like to get through, end on. I'm taking way too long to explain just the fact that the calendar year of the game will end on next week, so we also end the month of October, ending year 4, so we're just doing a single event tonight, so I thought I'd make it special. All that to say, how am I making it special? Well, we're gonna have ourselves the Trios Tournament of Terror. Oh, I sounded like my ancestors there for a second. Little touch of the old country. Pardon me. Alright, what the heck does that mean? Well, we're gonna find that out in a bit, but first, let me tell you what's on the line. What happens when you win yourself the Trios Tournament of Terror? Let's go ahead and click this fancified button right here. Boink. There you go. What is on the line? Of course, we are going to crown the inaugural GWA Trios champions. So the championship titles are on the line. The winning triumvirate gets $666,666 dollar dues to split. That's Canadian Tire dollars, of course. And one title shot per member over the next 11 months, because as I was thinking of this, well, they can get a title shot over the next calendar year, just like they do in Really Real's Wrestling. But you can't actually have a title shot on the next October's event, because it has to be the next annual Trios Tournament of Terror, right? So over the next 11 months, anyway, you get a shot at whatever belt, pick your poison, choose a champion, call your shot. Obviously, you must do it. It's going to be a month in advance. In kayfabe terms, because they get that month to train and blah 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 blah. Anywho, all that to say, we're gonna be having ourselves a Trios Tournament of Terror. You can tell when I don't prepare as much as I would like. I literally built those graphics during the countdown because I was like, ooh, let's call it this and let's do this. Well, I mean, it was already titled that on Twitch, but like, let's actually call it that in game and see if we can whip up what we can do. Turns out we can just color some font in OBS, but that seemed to suit for now. All right, so transition over to the game screen. We are, as we said, booking ourselves a Trios tournament, and since it's a Trios Tournament of Terror, it is going to be a deathmatch tournament. So I was already looking at this before. You have to actually run a certain number of successful events in a row before you are tournament viable. So I've been sitting on the fact that we could run a tournament in game for a little bit because I like them. So we are going to go ahead and have ourselves. I can't remember. It's not the cage. I'm pretty sure it's the barbed wire. This is the barbed wire exploding ring death match. So again, this is something we're going to run once a year, just because apparently we can. Let's see, and if you are the toughest trio to survive this gruesome ordeal, you get the prizes we listed earlier. The money to split between you. I would assume you do 222 grand a pop there. You get the title shot over the next calendar year, let's say, as best we can, to pick your championship and call your month with which to have your title shot. And you get the Trios Championships. I don't think I'm going to want to defend, except in this annual tournament. So I think that's just like a feather in your cap for the next calendar year. Just something we can talk about on commentary. Okay, so of course, we're looking at 6-person matches. It is a title match. Let's do that first for the 6-man tag team. But of course, it is the Trios Championship. We're going heavy. We're at least charging $40 for this. All right, so here let's do the rules first. I think I did the right one. Yes. Okay, so first off, it's still going to be strong style. We're not going to turn away from what brought us to the dance, but we are going to add a little bit of, violence. So instead of 3 count being the win condition, which also means, pin or submission, it is exclusively going to be pinfall only. So you cannot get a win by submission. As always, the time is going to be like no limit to it. But at the 30-minute mark in these trios matches, the explosives around the ring are going to go. All right, so there's a bit of competition, but not too much weaponry involved. So it's trios. So should I either do 3 weapons and you can just fight over them, since you can essentially like go into 3 pairs, or do we do 6, everyone gets a weapon, but they're sort of random? I wish I could adjust the number of weapons as we went along, to be perfectly honest, in the tournament format. I would like more in the final than in the preliminary matches. Anyway, speed 125, as we normally do. Here's a big thing we're going to do. I don't know if this is going to necessarily help or hurt, to be perfectly honest, because if I turn criticals off, which I'm going to do, it means the matches can't just suddenly stop based on somebody being knocked out by the critical mechanic, which could lead to matches going too far where injuries instead occur. But there's also pretty high likelihood that somebody gets injured if they get criticaled anyway. So I don't know. I think overall it's going to help us out. I'm really tempted to do just the 3. They're always going to be random bits of weaponry, but we're still a strong style promotion. And I feel like the explosive countdown and the fact that it is barbed wire ring ropes, or, it's not ring ropes at all, it's barbed wire ropes. Yeah, I think that's good, along with some weapons to fight over without a big, a big cluster of them. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, it's still going to be disappointing anyway if we get 3 weapons and all 3 of them just happen to be chunks of table. Anyway, so that's our weapons, weapons and rule set. And now we can start populating with teams. Now, I did a little preliminary, who would I want and why. We got to represent I just, made some preliminary notes. I wanted to book this thing live as we went. Because we can do 2 things now. Well, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to book this show and hopefully sell out at least our 15,000 seat arena. If not, maybe we can try to populate a larger stadium for maybe less dollars, just to get more eyes on this thing if we're just having a big annual tournament. But what I wanted to do was represent all the factions and then just sort of like try to put people together that I think would be up for an evening like this. And I think we have enough people on our roster, and we're going to be using 3/4 of it that would be up for this. Like, we're going to probably leave some of our singles champions out of here for their own health. All right, so obviously we can start populating this with our stables. Boink, boink, boink. All right. Yeah, sure. Raven would be all over this. It doesn't matter what order I select them in, because obviously normally I'd have Raven hanging out on the apron to start a match, but it's all bets are off inside the tornado barbed wire rope exploding ring matches, right? So who would you like with you? I think you want you definitely want Ray, because he's just nutty enough to have a real good time in there wearing his blue. And let's see, I'm gonna go Hino because he's more popular worldwide. Sorry, bud. He's also cheaper, but that doesn't matter. That's your default look. There you go. So the doldrums represented, so I want to put the stables. I know we only have 3 of them, but I want to put the stables at least like as opposite as we can. So that's our big heel stable, so our big face stable should be all the way down here. And that, of course, is the Scored Circle K. Now, Kairi Sane is our junior champion, so she's going to get the night off. Everybody else is feeling up for it, and it looks like they are. We're going Muto, Okada, and Keith Lee representing the Scored Circle K. That's a pretty beefy team in and of itself. Okay. I just love his super colorful tights there. They're so fun. Okay, Okada. What do we got for you? Sure, dark tights work better. And then Keith. Let's get you out of those. Sure, again. Let's get you in dark clothes. All right. Starting to fill up the place. It is a new match type for this whole area. Okay, so I kind of want... I've sort of been thinking of the standard just as like a tweener squad, because they don't... no real affiliation one way or the other. They do what they do. But... Oh yeah, we're gonna go with the splatters, because that'll look nice with some blood all over it too. Oh, he's gonna wear gold. Actually, if he's wearing gold, then I can also do this. There we go. It's got a touch of gold of that look. I think that was from like one match. I think his return match at Survivor Series against Austin, perhaps. Now, would they want Hobbs or Bailey? Probably Hobbs, huh? I don't know, though. Doesn't seem to really matter. You have something that has gold on it? No, not really, huh? I mean, you don't have anything with gold on it either. I mean, you do there. I think we're still gonna go... Let's go Hobbs. He's newer. I mean, they're all happy to be here. I think I gotta remember to write all this down. Okay. Let's see, I did the Ravens team. Okay, I did the bottom one. Alright, now we have a lot of places to just sort of slot people and see how we do. So I was thinking, let's put a nice strong heal team here. And I know for a fact that this guy would be up for this. So let's put a big heal team here. They've teamed together before. The unstoppable Hall of Fame champion. The Undertaker. Yeah, there you go. Just wearing some of his merch. Slightly casual Undertaker, knowing that it's a night of death matches against teaming. Real cocky of them to try to team with him. I don't know if I can get away with it if they're not involved. Everyone else I think I have booked up. Now they have teamed before. They're in pretty rough shape, but they're riding a wave like no other squad are these three champions. So a all champions squad. We're going for it. Including the OG, the last remaining original wrestler in this federation. Everyone else is a real live poison. I mean, oh, that's rude to say. At one point was a real live professional wrestler. Some of them are no longer with us, of course. All right, and now I start coming up with squads to go against these people in the first round that I want to see, like a weird... Okay, so Brett, who do I want against Brett? Oh, I had a Texas trio in mind, another heel squad. We go with these neutral peeps. Michaels and the Junior Achievers. All repping Texas hard. Sure. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Like, we've almost filled this thing out, because here's the cards coming together. I wonder if we can fill this thing out before we announce all 8 teams, and I can jack up the price to $60. Okay, or at least maybe try it somewhere else. We'll check out venues and stuff once I book everybody. All right, so that's Sean and Brett against each other in the first round. Who did I want to put against Undertaker in the first round? You know what, let's do this one. Okay, let's do another heel team against this face squad. Now, who do we have left? Oh, I know exactly who we're putting together. Moxley? We're putting together Punk, who's probably going to wear some clothes out here, knowing that it's a deathmatch night. There, he puts his shirt on. Just cuz. And Randy, what do you do? Nothing. You're definitely not strolling in with that dumbass mohawk. Alright, you can wear white tights, I guess. Now, there you go. I've already filled the place. Okay. Crank up the price a little bit. Alright, I got 2 more teams here. Now, Sean and Brett, no matter who comes out of this, and no matter who comes out of this, interesting results either way. Undertaker needs somebody. Raven needs somebody. As you can see, the team leaders are kind of like my Hall of Fame, like sort of my Hall of Fame division contenders, like my top 8, my Hall of Fame division. In so doing, I know already who should be captaining these teams then. Here's another sort of, they technically faces, but to me they're kind of neutral, at least in my opinion. So we'll do Angle. This is kind of a weird one. Darby Allin, who feels terrible, but he's going to go out there anyway because he's a nut bar. There. The best he does is he puts on elbow pads to try to mitigate damage to his body in this one. And yeah, we're expecting injuries to come out of this. This is going to be the most dangerous thing we do all year. I know she's teamed with Austin in the past, but I already had... I already had Austin. Well, okay, let me split them up then. Alright, I'm going to put Kenny Omega on this team. Angle, Darby Allin, and Kenny Omega. And over here, another big face team. Austin, who's not feeling great. There, wearing his Austin 316 gear. Perfect. He's teamed up with, I wanted to team them up with Becky Lynch because they've been teaming together. And Hangman. Oof, who's also feeling real crappy. Alright, gotta gut it out. That's cowboyish. Oh, there, he's in full vest and stuff. Sure, why not? There, we filled it out for $60. What about 80? 60 is pretty good. Okay, what about going to a larger arena? 40,000 for $40. For $20. We can fill out a 40,000 seater for 20 bucks, so that's 800,000. Okay, what about the actual arena? We can definitely fill out the 65,000 seater for $10 with a TV commercial and just make our expenses. But I'm trying to make money on this sucker. So if I go to 60 with the medium arena, look at that. Can I do that without... Oh, okay. Need a printout at the very least. Okay, what did that say? Right around 13 and then 4,000 show up. Okay. For 60 bucks, I'll take it. Can't quite do it for 80, that's fine. Yeah, we're fine here. We're comfortable in our 15,000 seater because we're charging extra for this one. Got to make up that prize money to pay them, right? All right, so there we go. Let me just review this really quick. So team number 1 is the Doldrums, represented by Raven, Yuji Hino, and Ray Phoenix. They'll be going against Austin's team in the first round. That is Steve Austin, Becky Lynch, and Adam Page. Hang on one second. I think I had them written down elsewhere in my little pre-booking meeting with myself. It's an interesting squad that Angle's assembled for sure. Okay. All right. And then in the other top of the bracket here in the first round, we have Shawn Michaels, Dragon Rojo Jr., and El Tejano Jr. So Michaels teaming up with the Junior Achievers there to take on the Standard, represented by leader Bret Hart, Brody Lee, and Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Okay. And then in the second half of the bracket starts off with The Undertaker, your Hall of Fame champion, The Undertaker, I should say, teaming with the tag team champions, Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff. There's a lot of beat up people in these matches, by the way, in these death matches where the ring is going to explode after 30 minutes. This is going to be fun. The only way to win is by pinfall, and there are no criticals. So you got to get up. You have to get up. I don't know if that affects their ability to get up after the explosion happens, or they're just meant to stay down, but I turned off crits. So anyway, the Undertaker's squad of champions looking to claim even more gold are facing Kurt Angle, Darby Allin, and Kenny Omega. Very interesting squad there. It's like if you consider if you think of an alternate reality where AEW is considered TNA and Kurt Angle is their newest acquisition, like they did in like 2006 or whatever it was, and now he's teaming with like the top local faces to give them the rub. All right, and they are facing the winner of the last match in the first round, if you'll excuse me, which is Jon Moxley, Randy Orton, and CM Punk. Just people that are here for the prize money and the title opportunity and the titles. Going up against a squared circle K trio of Keiji Muto, Kazuchika Okada, and Keith Lee. So that is your tournament bracket for the Trios Tournament of Terror. Once again, let's go over the rule set real quick. There you go. There is no time limit, but you can only win by pinfall. That's only win by 3 count, no submissions. But there's no time limit in the matches, but after 30 minutes, all the explosives outside the ring go boom. It is, of course, a single fall. We're going to put 3 weapons in the ring that your teams can fight over. There's at least 6 people in the ring and 3 weapons to fight over. At customary, we usually roll things at about 125 speed. I can't turn off Tornado because there's a bunch of explosions outside the ring and you can't really get out, so they're stuck inside the ring. By the way, the ropes have been replaced with barbed wire. There's obviously no disqualification. And I turned off criticals, which I'm hoping means after the ring explodes, people can get back up and keep wrestling. Because we gotta have a winner. We gotta have a winner because there's the tag team title, the trios titles, on the line. Like we said, $666,666 in prize money. And then the winning trio, each member of that trio, gets to call their shot at a title shot over the next calendar year here in the GWA. So a lot on the line in this one. That's why we're allowed to charge a little bit of a premium. There's going to be a wild night, a one-night tournament. So the winning team must survive 3 exploding barbed wire death matches. That's why it's the Tournament of Terror. Now, we're going to confirm that match card. I didn't even take their health into account when I made these teams. I just picked the people that I figured would want to be in on this. And so they were. Like Undertaker and the Tag Team Champions, there's no way they should be teaming together because I think 2 of those 3 are not feeling great. But pride on the line, money on the line, title shots on the line. They can essentially keep people away from their belts whilst also gaining more belts, right? Our GWA and GWA Junior Champions elected not to participate, so no Kairi Sane and no Mitsuharu Misawa. So they're looking at things the old-fashioned way, one would say. But Undertaker's looking out for their best interests there. No one's on a hotter roll than our Hall of Fame and Tag Team Champions. Bilbo looking that deadly stomach claw, and the Undertaker, and just overall, just pulverized. Ever since he took that loss in Mexico when we were feuding with AAA, the Undertaker has been on a tear in the GWA. He's making everybody pay for it. Okay, so now that we booked our events, let's go down to some management stuff we can be doing, like producing some merchandise. That sounds fun. Let's do some branded snacks. Branded! Okay, 5,000 of those. I generally do 5,000 of whatever. Goods we've been doing. Sure. Towels, we'll do 5,000 of, see how many we sell. We did charge a lot to get in here in the first place. But I also want to start adding this into the rotation. So let's just do 1,000 DVDs/Blu-rays to start. I figure we're nearing the end of our 4th year of competition. I'm considering these like a best of, or like some sort of like canonical, like really good canonical moments, or like history of the championships, or I don't know. We got some compilations that we're just like testing the market with, and then I don't think we have enough of a presence in Mexico to go masks yet. And I don't think we got the action figures yet, but we could definitely be printing DVDs by this point. We got 4 years worth of content. We've been on some form of television for most of that. So I'm sure we could have struck a deal with one of our television partners to get that all in the air. So we've done all of that. Okay. Friendly with AEW still. Love it. So indifferent, friendly, indifferent. CML, we're not going to be friends with because they're already friendly with AAA. Big Japan, we have nothing going on there. Ring of Honor, we've sent some people there, but not tons. DDT, I'm sorry that we sort of cost you your championships. Our bad. Maybe we can send you somebody so you can try to feel better. Let's look at everybody that's available. There you go. We'll send you Kenta Kobashi, DDT. There. So little goodwill going down to DDT's way. Kobashi gets to go home for a bit, see some family, get a big payday over there that we don't have to worry about. Okay. So trying to mend some fences there because we accidentally in our feud with, I can't even remember, there was so much going on. I don't think it was Noah, was it? It may have been Noah. Yeah, it must have been Noah, because, yeah, they took, Bob Backlund took the AAA championship off of Adam Page, and they also, we had a friend in from DDT that was defending the DDT heavyweight championship that was also taken by someone in pro wrestling, Noah. Noah, of course, also losing their heavyweight and junior heavyweight championships to people in other leagues. I think one's a free agent, and somebody in some other league has their other belts. Maybe in AAA. That might also be our fault. So we got a lot going on. We're not stealing belts, but we're accidentally helping to disperse them, it seems. All right, let's send... how about Mad Polly? Oh, he's not very popular in his home country anymore because he's been over here too long. How about no, I don't want to send them Kyrie. I don't have anybody else that's all that in demand, I don't think. I can try one of the smaller leagues down here. Like here, GCW. I think they're doing a tournament as well. Let's send them Ilya Dragunov if they want them. Let's find out. We're doing you a favor, GCW. There you go. So they're out to GCW. If they only have 10 people and they're booking a tournament and they only need 8 people to run a tournament, perhaps Dragunov can get slotted in there and it'll help out. All right, so we've sent them off. We're trying to send as many people as we can to try to get some as many relationships going as possible. Like, we're trying to work on Ring of Honor. I'm trying to be friends with everybody no matter where they're located. Okay. Maybe we send Bailey to Ring of Honor? That'd be fun. Try it. All right, Mike Bailey goes to Ring of Honor. I think that just is reflective of how popular we are overall, but I'll take it. And let's do one more. Who did I see that I wanted to move somewhere? Oh yeah, who's in Europe? Who else is in Europe? Okay, so just Impact. So let's send Drew down to Impact. There you go. The only place he's like pretty popular. There we go. So that'll help them out. That helps us out. Again, I don't like it when all these promotions start collapsing. Like, I understand why the Hall of Fame and Legend promotions would collapse, I guess, but I'm trying to keep the world going for as long as possible. It needs to exist long enough for me to completely dominate. I want to see S's across the board. You know what I'm saying? America, Mexico, Japan, Europe. All those things. I want to be the biggest promotion that ever there was. My goal is to eventually like stretch this out so that I book and run a single like 10 card super show like we used to, and then that's the stream, and it takes about 3 hours total because I was putting about 45 minutes into doing stuff beforehand before I ever did anything on air. Look at that! Well, we got to find something that costs $60,000. Oh, it's Kismet. It is meant to be. Training center. Anything costs $60,000? Oh no! Dang it. What can we spend $60,000 on? That's not going to be even. Oh, can I do 2,000? Ah, darn it. They start giving me price breaks. No. Dang it, dang it, dang it. What about you? Nope. Nothing that costs an even 60, huh? That's too bad. It's too bad I couldn't just donate certain monies. Offer contract. I think I'm full. All right, I think that's all the goodwill and good work I can be doing. We sent some people places. We booked ourselves the Trios Tournament of Terror. Let me do everybody else a favor here and get my big dumb face out the way. I mean, you're still gonna hear me. Whoop! Now let's get this event started. I'm gonna save one more time. And this is our quick reminder. This is our only event for the day. I only have 2 things to do today, or 2 things that I've planned to do today. And one of them was this event, and the second thing is has to happen after the event, or is going to happen after the event. Anyway, we did our best, and we came real close to spending $666,666. But at least it ends in 666, as we're going to spend that amount of money to the winner of the following tournament. I can't help myself. I have more people that I can still technically send out. Nobody that's ultra popular, but that doesn't mean that I can't send Mad Polly to Japan. Maybe. Is he the only one left? Yeah, pretty much, eh? Buddy Murphy. Just the Mad Buds. What do you think? They're not very popular, but we are as a promotion. Okay, it worked. You guys can have Mad Polly. And then let's see if they'll also take his tag team partner. What do you think? Wowzers! So the Mad Buds are up to All Japan for the month. So everyone got work except for our 2 singles champions. I kind of like this. Again, we're trying to promote, unity and, togetherness and friendship amongst all these promotions. Again, so we can eventually run super cards. Tons of titles on the line like we used to, but like they can be representative of other promotions and stuff, but we get our fair cut of the profits. All right, everything is in place as much as can be. I don't think we have any guests. This is all in-house. Let us proceed to the Trios Tournament of Terror. Oh, wait, hang on. Let us proceed to the Trios Tournament of Terror. There, I hope that was effective. Badoop. Oh. Terror. Well, that's funny. I have to leave it. I have to remember to leave it on there so that all those echoes get to fade out. I likely cut them off. All right. Everyone's here, of course. No shenanigans. 15,000 strong, $60 a head. Yowza. That's gonna. We're gonna put a lot of that to medical expenses because we've turned off criticals. Let's double check our rules here. Yep. Pinfalls only. The ring is going to explode after 30 minutes. Criticals off. Tornado on. Just beat your opponent. And the winning team that survives 3 of these death matches. 6-man championships. $666,000 to split between them. And each member of the squad gets a championship opportunity. There you go. There's some WWE verbiage for you. A championship opportunity sometime in the next calendar year. Inside the game here. Okay. First up, we have Raven's squad, the Doldrums, who is Raven, Yuji Hino, and Ray Phoenix, against Steve Austin and his team of Becky Lynch and Hangman Adam Page. Let's get down to the ring here. It's going to be a wild one. As always, the Creature on Feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calls for the bell, and we are underway. There's going to be a lot of action in here. I'm going to do my best to call it. But I see a stunner rock bottom combination immediately, 2 in a row. A lot of teamwork there out of Austin and Page in the early going. I also see the weapons on offer. Oh, hang on, quick armbar. No submissions in this one. Man alive. Double team after double team out of Austin here. Just handing out those stunners. Oof. Yeah, a couple of reminders there. We have some weapons on offer. The ropes have been replaced with exploding barbed wire, as you may have seen there, now that Ray Phoenix is busted open. At the 30-minute mark, everything's going to explode. Let's see who's left standing. One-night tournament. Oh, there goes Raven into the barbed wire as well. You see a barbed wire bat. We have a fluorescent light tube that's also up for grabs, and there should be a third weapon probably in the southern part of the ring that we just can't quite see yet. It's going to be 3 per match. Randomly assigned. Oh, there it is. Just a plain baseball bat down there. And get the barbed wire treatment like its friend did. Whole lot going on here. There goes Raven back into the barbed wire once again. Hangman Adam Page saves himself. Austin into the barbed wire for the first time. Things starting to go the way of the Doldrums. Oh, there goes Hino into the wire. All 3 members of the Doldrums now have tasted that exploding barbed wire in place of ropes. Only Austin and his squad has. That's got to be something of advantage. Oh, and as I say that, Becky Lynch thrown into that exploding barbed wire. I don't think any of these matches, I would hope for the sake of the participants that none of these matches go the half hour. Let's just say that. Oh, look at that stiff combo from Ray Phoenix dropping Becky Lynch. Meanwhile, Hino eats barbed wire and Phoenix eats a stunner in rock bottom. 5-minute mark, and there's been tons of action, almost too much to keep up with. There goes Austin once again to the barbed wire. And no, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Textures in Fire Pro only face one way, technically, so they get duplicated if he's facing a certain direction. So the text on his shirt switches back and forth. That's why you can't have asymmetrical like arms and stuff. Becky Lynch back into the wire there. A lot of double team effort in these squads. Boston Crab by Austin, but you can only win by pinfall. That's the other thing here. The only way to win is by 3 count, and since everybody is stuck in the ring together, it should be pretty difficult. Hang on. Oh, pin attempt there by Phoenix. I was going to say, it could be a little difficult to position yourselves where everybody is distracted or down, and they can't break up a pinfall. Exploder there to Phoenix. Becky was almost pinned moments ago. Trying to show she's got plenty of fight left. There goes Hangman Adam Page. into the wire, and then Becky Lynch gets spiked with a pile driver. A lot of tandem power bombs out of the hoodlums. Not the hoodlums, the doldrums, excuse me. The hoodlums in the doldrums. Sure. Oh, Hino, I think, has eaten the wire the most. All of the doldrums have, really. Hang on, effing bomb, upcoming to Hangman. Quickly into the cupboard. Oh, the other squad was too busy celebrating their stunner rock bottom combination. Paige was almost put down. Another 2 in a row to Raven there. But he survives as they don't attempt to pin. Mercifully, we're only at the 10-minute mark. 20 more minutes to go before this sucker just straight up explodes. Oh, Hino able to counter that attempt, but gets lured into that trusty stunner rock bottom combo that Austin has been busting out all over the place in this one. Oh. Oh my gosh, Phoenix on fire. Paige puts a stop to that though. Hang on, Austin being pinned. Just a 2 count after a tandem power bomb from Raven and Hino. Doldrum's almost kind of stealing one there. Phoenix on a whole other level on the other side of the ring here. Finally gets some help from his captain, Raven. Oh, a big stunner there to Yuji Hino. Phoenix quickly in Austin's face so he doesn't get a chance to make a pin. Raven with the baseball bat. Austin makes him pay for it by slamming him on it, and he himself gets slammed into the barbed wire. Now Becky Lynch is next to him. Ugh, just carnage here. Another in a seemingly endless series of stunner rock bottom combinations. Disarmor by Becky Lynch, but that's going to do nothing but wear down and pin down Rey Fenix, excuse me. Just sort of take him out of the fight for now. You got to make sure that everybody on the opposing squad is downed in one form or fashion before you attempt a pinfall here, and the only way to win is by pinfall. Only by 3 count. Oh, everything else is perfectly legal as you see a big low blow there from Austin. Becky Lynch and Hangman Adam Page putting work in on Rey Fenix. Meanwhile, Austin's in trouble here, but able to kick out a 2 after another beefy powerbomb. Oh, stuns Hino. But gets taken down by Raven. 15 minutes gone, 15 minutes remaining until the ring explodes. Rey Fenix with the roll-up, and it's over. Doldrums just after 15 minutes. All the punishment Becky Lynch has taken. Mercifully, this thing is over. We're going to patch up the winners and the losers. But that does it for the first match of the first round. Yikes. Oh, it's not going to be a fun night. It's not going to be a fun night quality-wise. We have to do higher than 50, I think, or maybe 60. I think 60 overall. Or we lose possibly our broadcast contract or some of our sponsorship. No, our broadcast I think is 50 or more, so we should be okay. But I think one of our sponsors, and let me try to get back on screen here while we do. I think one of our sponsors is if you do a 60 or less card, like overall quality, 60 or less, then they'll pull their sponsorship. So yeah, we're kind of in danger of that, and I knew that going in. But I don't care. I wanted to run this ridiculous merch. Okay, so the Doldrums moving on. That is Raven. That is Yuji Hino. That is Rey Fenix. Oh, so much on the line here. Big names going out early as Steve Austin goes down, Becky Lynch goes down, and Adam Page go down in the first round of the Trios Tournament of Terror. All right, am I out of the way? I will be in a second. I used to have this bound to my Stream Deck, but since one of their all-important upgrades, it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, all right, we're off the cam, and we're on to the next match. This is the Shawn Michaels-led team of Shawn Michaels, Dragon Rojo Jr., and El Tejano Jr., the Junior Achievers, teaming with old HBK against The Standard, led by their leader, Bret the Hitman Hart. And accompanying him, we have Brody Lee and Will Hobbs. All right. Oops. Sorry, I'm also updating my text file as we go. All right. Down to the ring, right about meow. Funk Soul Brother. Let's get this fight going. Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell, and we are underway. Oh, something happened, and we accidentally picked a different match. That's all right. Okay, so we have Jon Moxley, Randy Orton, and CM Punk. Oh, we accidentally picked the last match of the first round. This is what happens when you don't set things to auto. Against the Squared Circle K's, Keiji Muto, Kazuchika Okada, and Keith Lee. Eager to get things started, Moxley busted open in the opening minute. A reminder, of course, 30-minute mark, this ring is going to explode. A couple of weapons in the ring to grab a hold of. Moxley with an early cover and an early no count. Oh, Muta saving Okada there, but he still sort of got power bombed. Barbed wire bat. I see a sledgehammer and that third weapon down in the bottom for the southern quadrant. We're going to see it later, I'm sure. Explosions every dang place. Jon Moxley bleeding profusely. No submissions. The only way to win is by 3 count. So you have to incapacitate the entire other team, you would think. That's all right. We just bop down to the bottom half of the bracket. Just bounce back. Fill out the middle portions. Last one in this one, you see CM Punk paired off with Keith Lee there. Muto and Okada are taking on Moxley and Orton. Hang on. Oh, across the knee goes Orton, and into the barbed wire goes Punk, and now a figure 4 by Muto. No submissions in this one. Just wearing down his opponents. I cannot imagine that we're going to get to that 30-minute total ring explosion. I fear for the safety of these combatants, knowing how easily they get busted open here. Oh, Moxley once again. All of this blood in the rings is Jon Moxley's. Oh, gets hit with a Rainmaker at the 5-minute mark. Keith Lee keeping watch, but just a 2 count. You can see the pool of blood left behind. Jon Moxley is still spoiling for a fight, though. Shining Wizard Randy Orton I just saw by Muto. What's going on? Double underhook into the backbreaker by Punk to Keith Lee. Impressive show of strength out of Punk. Lee just throwing Orton down. Oh, and then Moxley again into the barbed wire. Really the only member of this match that's tasted it with any regularity. Hang on. Randy Orton just getting out of the Big Bang catastrophe. It would look dead center of the ring. Big neck breaker to Jon Moxley. Meanwhile by Okada just honing in on the profusely bleeding Jon Moxley as Okada hits a spinning tombstone. That's usually a precursor. Hang on. Low German. Moxley just escapes. Okada's got him isolated. Meanwhile, Squared Circle K in a Donnybrook with the other 2 members of Jon Moxley's team. Oh, and into the barbed wire he goes once again, goes Jon Moxley. Not his night. At least not his opening 10 minutes. Another neck breaker across the knee from Okada. Squared Circle K looking in big time control based on the damage to Jon Moxley alone. But let us not discount that man's heart or his will to succeed and just keep fighting until he has nothing left. We're certainly going to see that tested tonight. Punk back into the barbed wire. Double dropkick out of Muto and Keith Lee, and now Randy Orton eats a neck breaker. Moxley back in to the wire. CM Punk gets a Shining Wizard. It's a lot of Squared Circle K doing a lot of good things. Hang on, Okada thrown. I could change the dynamics here. Nope, Keith Lee able to overpower the rest of the squad there. Oh, now Okada's busted wide open after being thrown into the exploding barbed wire. Best we've seen so far is a squad make it to the halfway mark. Big Shining Wizard there to CM Punk. Go behind. Punk counters. Oh, Keith Lee now busted wide open. That's 2 members of the Squared Circle K squad. Oh! Hang on! Oh, scooped him into a Falcon Arrow there and almost did the deal. to John Moxley, but Keith Lee able to escape it too. Oh, and then Moxley straight back into the wire. Double underhook into another backbreaker. Several of those now from Punk to Lee. Shining Wizard to Randy Orton. Paradigm shift to Keith Lee. Moxley gets reversed into the barbed wire once again. On and on they fight. Orton missing an RKO there. Keith Lee down with the DDT. Oh, big super kick to the back of the head of Punk. I'm not quite sure what he hit there. Keith Lee on a tear. Huge powerbomb coming up to Punk. Boom! Spirit bomb to Punk! But he's out at 2. We fight on, for better or for worse. Mostly worse as it concerns the health of these athletes. I thought this tournament would be fun to watch, and I thought it might be fun to put a little bit of a fly in the ointment in terms of like, yeah, somebody's bound to get hurt. There's no way somebody doesn't walk out of this with an injury. Maybe I'll just give him the next month off. My word. Big strike battle there between Punk and Keith Lee that Punk comes out on the winning end of. Big roll up by Muto to Moxley, but he's out at 2. Over halfway toward the explosive countdown in this event. Muto into another cover. Keith Lee likewise, but unable to keep their opponents pinned for long enough. The lead suplex to CM Punk there. You see 2 barbed wire bats and a sledgehammer. Nobody's touched any of them. They've just been going at it tooth and claw this whole time. I think it's listed as the kangaroo kick in earlier games. Big Rainmaker to Moxley. CM Punk into the cover. Keith Lee able to escape. Okada too winded to help his partner there, but perhaps focusing on one of the other members of the squad. CM Punk into the neck breaker. Oh my gosh, we're getting toward the 20-minute mark. Randy Orton into the wire now. Oh, and Keith Lee once again. Spinning tombstone to Randy Orton. Almost landed on that barbed wire bat. Oh, now Orton's busted open. The only 2 combatants not bleeding, Keiji Muto and CM Punk. The other 4 busted wide open. As we are approaching 20 minutes in this one, I never thought we'd see this. Surely they're not getting to 30. Oh, the Anaconda Vice wearing down Kazuchika Okada, but it's not going to end the matchup. Only pinfall. You have 3 seconds to break up a pin. To help your team go onward in this, the Trios Tournament of Terror. This is only our 2nd matchup. Is it going to be 7? Unless something catastrophic happens. Oh my gosh, we are under 10 minutes until this ring explodes. Paradigm shift to Muto, but he doesn't even go for the cover and gets paradigm shifted by Keith Lee. Oh my gosh. John Moxley's been bleeding for 20 minutes now. It's starting to affect his judgment. Orton into the cover. Meanwhile, in the bottom of the ring, but Okada escapes. Oh, a sneaky pin attempt there from Orton. Keith Lee coming over to help after being whipped into that part of the ring. Spinning tombstone to Orton. Keith Lee trying to catch his breath. Rainmaker to Randy Orton. Shining Wizard to CM Punk. But John Moxley breaks it up before a 1 count. That's the danger of the Tornado Trios tag. Nice powerbomb neckbreaker assist there. But Muto's able to save the matchup. Oh my gosh. We're almost at the 25-minute mark. Oh dear, oh dear. The fight continues. Oh, CM Punk finally busted open. The only person not bleeding is Keiji Muto. Just kneeing folks in the forehead. Oh, now Muto's busted. 6 minutes to go until this ring explodes. Fireman's carry into the suplex by Okada. Keith Lee runs past him and gets thrown. Was that the skull-crushing finale? I just saw it to John Moxley. Into a butterfly suplex. Muto rolls up Punk. Meanwhile, 2 and 3. Muto with the roll-up at about the 25-minute mark. And the Squared Circle K moves on. Doing their best to avoid that major explosion that they were 5 minutes away from. Okay, no problem there. As we said, we're going to get everybody patched up in time for their second round matchup. Yeah, now we're talking. 90%. There we go. Okay, let's save it again. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know why we were down here, but we were. Now we're going to get to Shawn Michaels, Dragon Rojo Jr., and El Tejano Jr. versus Bret Hart, Brody Lee, and Will Hobbs. You darn tootin' we will. Okay, let's just go to the next match. It should just happen. Proper, I would hope. There we go. As always, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot, calling for the bell. As you can see, the weapons on display: baseball bat and a fluorescent light tube. We'll see the third one momentarily, but as always, exploding barbed wire ropes and a 30-minute timer until all of the explosives around the ring go boom. Only way to win is by pinfall. Winner goes on in the Trios Tournament of Terror. Oh, big heart attack there, excuse me, out of Brody Lee and Bret Hart. As you can see, the two of them double teaming Dragon Rojo Jr. while Will Hobbs keeps Shawn Michaels and El Tejano Jr. at bay in the early goings of this one. Oh, a barbed wire wrap bat coming into play as your third weapon choice. Bret Hart with a figure 4 on Dragon Rojo Jr. under the watchful eye of Brody Lee. Let's see, Will Hobbs didn't quite get the memo about wearing gold on their tights, but that's okay. I don't think they have an option. They don't, I'm just teasing. Oh, Dragon Rojo Jr. First to get busted open here in the early going, and then eats a vicious powerbomb afterwards. Getting thrown quite easily into those barbed wire ropes by the much larger Brody Lee. Looking for a ripcord discus lariat, perhaps. Also, a match like this takes the top rope away from an athlete like a Dragon Rojo Jr. and also the ability to come off the ropes. So, a lot at stake. A lot more of a grapple game, a lot more of a brawling game, of course. And then always, as always, these hammer throws, or Irish rips, whatever you want to call them. Never been deadlier than when you get sent to go hug some ropes that happen to be exploding barbed wire. As you can see, the two captains of the squads here, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, isolating one another. Long-standing rivalry between these two. That's not going to be settled anytime soon, as Bret Hart locks in a figure 4 Falcon Arrow to Dragon Rojo Jr. Oh, Will Hobbs has been busted open. That's one member of each squad. Something to keep an eye on as these things progress, because that'll sap their strength faster than their non-lacerated teammates or opponents. Shawn Michaels whipped into the exploding barbed wire. Able to survive that one without a scratch. Double team powerbomb by the Junior Achievers. And then Brody Lee knocks down all three opponents. El Tejano Jr. busted open now. Oh, wow. All right, that would have been a super kick pedigree combination perpetrated by Michaels and El Tejano Jr. on the eastern side of the ring. Oof, and then the Junior Retrievers both hit the barbed wire at the same time. Matching explosions. They're both busted. Brody Lee takes some wire. He's doing all right. Oh, gets Shawn Michaels thrown into him, so he sends him into the ropes. The barbed wire ropes. And Bret Hart spikes him with a pile driver. Hard to tell at any real given point, unless there's a sustained sequence of offense, if there's any advantage to either team, because it's just vicious attack after vicious attack. Nice doctor bomb there by Brody Lee. This could end things. And it does. The Standard had each of their opponents occupied while Brody Lee hit that beautiful Dr. Bomb on Dragon Rojo Jr. and the Standard moving on in under 10 minutes. Very efficient work there out of the Standard. Let's take a look at the score of this thing. Yikes. Not so hot in terms of audience enjoyment, but trying to get out of there in one piece. Good job. And that sets up one of our two semifinals. It's going to be the Doldrums versus the Standard in one semifinal. Now let's find out who they are going to be, or, you know, what the other side of the semifinals is going to look like. Who's going to face the Squared Circle K team? As we see Undertaker, the Hall of Fame champion Undertaker teaming with the tag team champions, the Yard Dogs, that of course being Bill Bullock, the Convict, and Big Dave Mastiff, are teaming up in this tournament, even though a couple of them are banged up, to take on Kurt Angle, Darby Allin, and Kenny Omega. As we are these are trying to feature all the stars here at the GWA in various combinations. So this is our last first round matchup before the semis. So far, an average card rating is 77, the worst rated show we've ever done to this point. It is very new for the audience, so we're going to have to forgive them that. They did pay an arm and a leg to get in here. This is I think the first time we've charged $60 for a show. But hopefully we're putting on something good here. All right. Taker's team, Angle's team. Bum-ba-da-bum. Winning team faces the Squared Circle K. Mr. Bigfoot calls for the bell. Immediate double team powerbomb on Kurt Angle. Nice teamwork there. Oof. And I think that was Croyd's Wrath from Kenny Omega to Dave Mastiff in response, but pin attempt broken up immediately. You can see a baseball bat, I can see a sledgehammer, and I can see a steel chair. Some nice classic weaponry in this one. But of course, that all-important 30-minute timer. And the propensity to get thrown into the exploding barbed wire. All right, we got Omega and Undertaker paired off. Angle and Mastiff, Darby Allin and Bill Bullock. Oh, swinging neckbreaker with the back of his head hitting the sledgehammer there by Bullock to Allin. Undertaker and his partners, of course, champions here in the GWA. Undertaker, the only individual champion to be taking part in this tournament. Heard something about winner being referred to as the toughest trio in the GWA, and of course had to be involved. Did Dead Man Inc. Also has his eye on that prize money. And the way I hear tell, there was a locker room conversation between Hall of Fame champion Undertaker and tag team champions Bullock and Mastiff, wherein it was discussed how they could keep control of those titles by winning this tournament and the title shots that are then allotted. Because I'm pretty sure Undertaker wants a shot at the GWA World Belt. Bill Bullock wants a rematch for the World Belt. Dave Mastiff probably wants a shot at the World Belt. And if they control those pending title shots, they can keep people away from the Hall of Fame and Tag Team Championships as well. Hang on. Huge choke slam to Angle. Meanwhile, Mastiff and Omega in a pinning predicament there. I couldn't quite see who was on what end of it, though. Just because of the action going on in front of it. Angle doing his best to try to slow things down with submission holds, but this is not the match for that. Trying to control the pace, but it is getting away from him. Kurt Angle's got to grab something and start swinging. Much like Bullock and Darby Allin were just swinging on each other. Reversed into the ropes, and Bullock whipped in the first to bleed at the 6-minute mark. And then Angle whipped in. Double powerbomb on Kenny. Back to his feet. And then beaten back down once again by The Undertaker. The most prolific striker in the history of, recorded mankind. Oh, the stomach claw will not end the match. It is up to Angle to get out of the most deadly submission hold of all, Bill Bullock's stomach claw. Kick out there. Now Kenny Omega's busted open. Last ride upcoming for Darby Allin, and it just might be. Undertaker into the cover. 1, 2. Kenny with the spinning rock bottom, but Darby Allin kicks out of the last ride at 2. Let's see if he can do 2 in a row. Mastiff backing up the Undertaker here. Meanwhile, Bullock taking a beating from Omega and Austin. Darby's not going to survive for long after a choke slam like that. Taker into the cover. 2. Oh my gosh, Darby Allin escapes again. Angle into the barbed wire. Allin into the barbed wire. Now he's busted open. Oh, and there goes Bill Bullock into the exploding barbed wire as well. Not a lot of weapon usage so far. A lot of deadly offense all the same. Like that brainbuster to Kurt Angle from Dave Mastiff. And for his troubles, he gets whipped into the barbed wire by Kenny Omega. V-trigger. Another last ride upcoming for Kenny Omega. Excuse me, for Darby Allin. And then an angle slam by Bill Bullock to Kurt Angle. We're only 11 minutes deep into this one, and it could end at any moment. Assisted powerbomb to Allin, who has taken a drubbing in this one. Mostly at the hands of The Undertaker, or at least directed by The Undertaker. Here, another double powerbomb. As you see Angle coming over to help Kenny Omega, who is trapped in that stomach claw. Clothesline. No, guys. Instead of protecting Darby Allin, they were so focused on getting that pin attempt on Bullock. Luckily, Darby Allin able to kick out of his own accord there, or things would have been over. Assisted powerbomb now to Angle. Sliding knee to the face of Bill Bullock. Oh, Darby Allin with the counter. Oh, Undertaker out at 2. Finally a counter to those powerbombs. Meanwhile, a couple of rolling hills hits to Kurt Angle by Dave Mastiff, who's doing quite well here against the Olympic champion. I think a singles match between the two would be pretty interesting. Another last rider coming to Darby Allin. Omega just sort of waits for it. Snapdragon to Bullock, and then he breaks up the pin. Undertaker into the barbed wire, and now he's busted open. Darby back into the barbed wire. Big stomach claw to Kurt Angle. Helpless at the might. Luckily, Darby Allin's there to save his life. Helpless under the power of Bill Bullock's stomach claw there was Kurt Angle. There will be a stomach claw ankle lock showdown at the future show, for sure. Mastiff whipped into the ropes. He's busted open. Who's not bleeding? Kurt. That's it. Everyone else, blood, sweat, and tears. Just sweat and tears for Angle so far. Over halfway, Kenny blocks that chokeslam attempt. Scoops up Undertaker. Nice slam there by Kenny Omega. Oh, now Angle's busted open. And a nice exploder suplex to Kenny Omega by Mastiff. Undertaker taking out his frustrations on Darby Allin, because why wouldn't you? Oh, just pulverizing him. Last ride up coming to Kurt Angle now. Come on, Darby. Oh, Darby saves him. And then drops Undertaker with a suplex. Oh, rolling heels to Darby Allin stops his momentum. So Undertaker turns his attention to Kenny Omega. Oh, and pays for it. Lots of explosions now. Big ankle lock by Kurt Angle, but that won't end the matchup. There are no submissions. Can't cripple your opponent, though. Big powerbomb, but Angle's there to save the match. We fight on. Creeping up on 20 minutes here. Darby Allin with the roll-up on The Undertaker, but he's out at 2. Just a big right hand by the convict Bill Bullock. One half of the tag team champion Yard Dogs teaming up with the Hall of Fame champion Undertaker to try to claim the Trios championships here in the GWA. Darby Allin with the roll-up, almost pins Bill Bullock, but he's out at 2. 20 minutes gone in this one. Under 10 minutes until the ring explodes. Oh, what a suplex by Mastiff on Omega. Angle slam to Bullock. Allen with the cover. Oh, but Bullock is out at 2. Thought that may have been it. Everyone else was otherwise occupied. Short arm clothesline by Undertaker. Big boot to Angle. Nice Regal stretch or STF variation there by Mastiff, but it's not going to win you the match, nor is that ankle lock. Omega fending off Mastiff and Taker. Allen spiked once again. He's taken a drubbing, as we've said. That's kind of his deal, though. Oh! Oh! Able to thwart. Hang on! Almost wins the matchup single-handedly. Does Darby Allin? Oh, Undertaker folds him up! But he's able to kick out once again. My word, what spirit in the young competitor. Smallest guy in the fight, but he's got the biggest heart. Big powerbomb into the pin here. Angle's got to get up and stop this. Oh, ho, ho, ho. One wicked angel to Bullock. But Undertaker big boots Kenny Omega and stops it. Bullock rolled up by Allen, but another 2 count. Snapdragon to the Undertaker. Throwing German by Angle. One winged angel center of the ring, but Undertaker's there to try to stop it and does. These are getting hot and heavy in your final first round matchup here. There are the semifinals and the finals to come in this Trios Tournament of Terror. Kenny Omega saves the match after a big Undertaker choke slam to Darby Allin. Under 5 minutes until the ring explodes. Poison Rana to the Undertaker. Rolling Hills to Omega. Into the cover. No one's helping. And it's over. Everyone too tired to help Kenny. And Dave Mastiff at the biggest pin of his career. And Undertaker, Bullock, and Mastiff move on. Oh my, oh my. Okay. Wowzers. Well, that's something. Hang on one second. Hang on just 1 second. Just realigning my text file a little bit. Tabs and whatnot. Oh, I'm not even on screen to. Anyway, ooh, 95%. Now we're talking. That was a barn burner. And now we have the semifinals. Everyone's been stitched up. Everyone's raring to go. As we have, in our first semifinal matchup, the Doldrums team of Raven, Yuji Hino, and Ray Phoenix taking on the Standards, Bret Hart, Brody Lee, and Will Hobbs. That's going to be our first semifinal matchup. Our other semifinal matchup, as we just saw, the Undertaker, Bill Bullock, and Dave Mastiff knocking off Angle, Darby, and Omega. They're going to be facing the Squared Circle K contingent of Keiji Muto, Kazuchika Okada, and Keith Lee. And as you can see here, all three of our existing factions, their representatives moved on to the semifinals, as did our championship team of the Hall of Fame champion Undertaker and tag team champion Bullock and Mastiff. That's very interesting. As I do my very best not to cough into the microphone. Okay. That should be enough for now. I mean, we need to save. I really hope that nobody's going to be, like, completely destroyed by the time this thing's over. Oh, hey! We also pulled the overall match rating into the 80s. So that's not terrible, but we can still, it can still get worse because we got 3 more matches to go, starting with this semifinal contest. It's going to be the Doldrums and the Standard, and we are underway, says Mr. Bigfoot. As you can see, everyone's been patched up. Everyone's gear has been washed. And we're ready to go with the semifinals. Big heart attack there to Raven to open things up. I see a baseball bat. I see a sledgehammer. There's going to be a third weapon down there somewhere. But you know the drill by now. Only way to win is by pinfall. And at the 30-minute mark, this ring explodes. Up until then... Oh, steel chair. Up until then, barbed wire in place of ring ropes will explode if you're thrown into it. Keeps everybody in the ring. Oh, Ray Phoenix in there early and busted wide open. Early disadvantage for the Doldrums to have one of their members be bleeding at the 2-minute mark here. Oh, and now Yuji Hino sent into the wire. Nice double powerbomb there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Raven and Phoenix just... Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking across different generations. Like, why wouldn't Brody Lee be on their side? Because he's on Bret Hart's side. Never mind. Nice double powerbomb there to Raven. Bit of a brain fart. I was mixing up our factions. Camp Firefly versus the Doldrums. Generations across. It's been a long year. Big double powerbomb there to Raven, leader of the Doldrums. By the very clear member of the Standard, Brody Lee. Raven grabs that steel chair, but no good. Gets sent into the exploding wire by Brody. Big double powerbomb on Hobbs. A lot on the line here. Winner of this one gets a spot in the finals. And a chance to win $666,666 to split between the 3 members of the troupe. You also get a title shot. Each member of the group gets a title shot at a belt of their choosing over the next calendar year. And you also get the GWA Trios Championship, a belt that you can hang on to until the next Trios Tournament of Terror, when you have to put it on the line. A lot of work going on in the western quadrant of the ring here. Oh. Phoenix is just a mess. Old wounds busted open once again. Bret Hart busted wide open in this one here. He's a double powerbomb from Raven and Phoenix. Raven gets power slammed afterwards. Never a dull moment in these contests. Nice bulldog there by Raven to Hobbs. Grabs a chair. Tries to go to work on Brody Lee here, does Raven. Oh, just clatters him over the head. Now a shot to the gut. Whips him into the wire. Oh, explosions popping off all over the place here. Hino with a huge clothesline to Bret Hart. Bret Hart firing back with uppercuts. Oh, gets whipped into the ropes. Oh, Bret Hart just got spiked by Phoenix. 1, 2. No, Bret Hart escapes. Spiked again. Once again into the cover where everyone's distracted. And got him. Ray Phoenix sends his squad to the finals. The Doldrums moving on and the crowd apoplectic. I think that's the word I want to use there. All right, then. Okay, so here your final shaping up to be Raven. This one has got boos. 55, the worst reviewed match of all time. Uh-oh. We might legit lose some sponsors. That's gonna be fun. Okay, coming up in our second semifinal though. Oof, that dipped us below 80, but 76 is still okay. A lot of work to do in this semifinal and final to do better to bring it back up though. So Undertaker, Bill Bullock, and Dave Mastiff already champions against Keiji Muto, Kazuchika Okada, Keith Lee, looking for that Trios Gold. This is going to be a very eventful October event. Oof. Despite how clumsily I said that, it's going to be a lot going on coming out of this, I am sure. Big double powerbomb to Muto. Steel chair, sledgehammer, third weapon to be determined. Nothing but evil intent on the eyes of all 6 gentlemen involved in this one. Bill Bullock busted open immediately, so is The Undertaker, as he's thrown into the barbed wire next to that chunk of table. First appearance of the chunk of table. In this, the second semi-final match, winner of this one goes on to face the Doldrums in the final of the Trios Tournament of Terror. Reminder, it's going to be our only event tonight, short stream. And if you're so inclined, you can join us for some spooky movie times tonight at 10:15 Eastern in the Rad's Pad Discord. Type yourself DC in the chat if you want to invite to that there Discord. Hey Rocco, what's going on, buddy? This is a 6-person tag team match, a trios match, if you will. This is the second semi-final of a Trios Tournament of Terror, where they are fighting in an exploding barbed wire death match. The ropes have been replaced by barbed wire. If you get thrown into them, a little explosion goes off. At the 30-minute mark, the entire ring will explode. No match has gone to the 30-minute mark yet, I should say. And there are 3 weapons in the ring that each of these squads can grab, as you see Keith Lee tasting the wire. Winner moving on to the finals to face the Doldrum contingent of Raven, Yuji Hino, and Ray Phoenix. The winner of that wins the tournament, wins the Trios Championships. Hang on. Moonsault press pin there by Keith Lee, just gets a 1. Winner of the tournament gets the Trios Championships, gets $666,666 to split between them. Kayfabe. And also gets to call their shot, and each member of the Trios gets a singles or whatever sort of title shot over the next calendar year. So a lot on the line in this one, and undoubtedly going to be some injuries coming out of this, because I turned off criticals and everybody bleeds all the time. Hang on, big last ride coming to Keith Lee by The Undertaker, but he's unable to make the pin attempt. Muto, meanwhile, busted open against that barbed wire, hits that kangaroo kick regardless on the convict Bill Bullock. Bullock's partner, Dave Mastiff, dropping Keith Lee with that brainbuster. Oh, the stomach claw to Keiji Muto is not going to end the matchup, but it's going to wear him down for sure. No submissions. The only way to win is by 3 count. Trying to give your partners as much opportunity as possible to save you. Okada all alone tries a quick pin against The Undertaker and gets a 2. A lot of nuanced strategy involved in this one. Hang on. Prison Plex up, coming to Muto by Bill Bullock. 1, 2. No, Muto escapes. A trip to the finals on the line where the Doldrums await. They're getting patched up in the locker room as we speak. Winner of this will get patched up before the finals. Oh, everybody's going into it now. Triple team demolition attack on Bill Bullock. And then a double lariat. Into the cover by Okada. 1, 2. No! Bullock barely escapes. Undertaker is your reigning Hall of Fame champion. Bullock and Mastiff are your reigning tag team champions. They wanted more gold and are in this tournament. Prison Plex all into the steel chair to Muto. Muto escapes. Shining Wizard to Bullock. Anything goes in this. No DQs, obviously. No rope breaks. There are no ropes. There's just barbed wire and explosions. Also on the line, we might lose sponsorship based on the violent content of this show if we don't meet a certain threshold in terms of audience satisfaction. Oh, Okada tastes the wire. Not busted open yet, but that kind of felt good. Big chokeslam to Muto. Into the cover goes Undertaker. Trying to steal it. Muto just rolls his shoulder. Okada tries to come to his aid, but Undertaker stops him with a DDT. Nice. Hang on, dragon through by Muto, and he almost puts the Undertaker down. This is the second match for each of these teams in the tournament. A real brutal first round coming into these semifinals. Last ride coming to Okada. Into the cover goes Taker. 1, 2. Okada out. Keith Lee too distracted to help him. Muto, meanwhile, almost gets pinned by the Prison Plex. Mastiff almost puts down Keith Lee with a powerbomb. Things are looking great for this team of champions. Tag team champion, Yard Dogs, and the owner of the Yard, Deadman Incorporated Undertaker, who just got hit with a spirit bomb. 2, 3. The Undertaker's first pin in the GWA. Sends the squared circle K to the final. Ooh, there'll be heck to pay for Keith Lee. If I know anything about The Undertaker. Oh my. How'd they do? 83, heck yeah. All right, that keeps us where we need to be. Yeah, Rocco, thanks for the woo. Okay, 77, not terrible. I mean, we're shooting for above 60. I think we need to be above 60 to keep all our sponsors. So your final has come down to the Doldrums team of Raven, Yuji Hino, and why did I put Wilhelm? That's weird. And Ray Phoenix versus the Squared Circle K contingent of Kazuchika Okada, Keiji Muto, and Keith Lee. Now we've gotten all the combatants patched up and ready to go. We've reset the explosive counter. We've reset the ring explosives and the weaponry inside the ring. Quick reminder again, we're just doing a short stream this week. So this is going to be the only event that we're running. So at the conclusion of this, we're just going to do a little bit of maintenance and then not run a second event tonight. Fighting something. Been fighting something all week. There we are. I'm winning, don't get me wrong, but fighting something. That's not the reason. The reason is I want just to evenly end the calendar year in game next week. Hiya! Instead of doing it in an odd way, because like next week is the last Thursday in October, and then we'll do the November and December events for the GWA, and then we'll finish off that calendar year when we finish off the month of October. It's just gonna be nice and tidy. That's the main reason. Anyway, yeah. Get myself out of the way so we can get down to the finals here. Squared Circle K against the Doldrums. The winner, like we said, the Trios champions. That big old check for $666,000 that they can split 3 ways or however they want to. And then each individual member of this trio combination gets a title match in the coming calendar year. All right. As always, the Creature Rod feature of the senior official here, Mr. Bigfoot calling for the bell. You can see we've got 2 sledgehammers on offer and a 3rd weapon to be determined in the southern portion of the ring. But this is it. The finals of the Trios Tournament of Terror. It all comes down to this. All these early submission attempts. Of course, the only way to win is by pinfall. At the 30-minute mark, of course, the ring will explode. Oh, Ray Phoenix, once again, the first person whipped into the barbed wire and lacerated. This has been a wild night of action. Oh, Ray Phoenix once again. Nice Russian leg sweep there by Raven onto the sledgehammer. It was the back of Kazuchika Okada. Paid quite the price to be here, did both teams. This is their 3rd death match of the night. They are going to get shorter and shorter as they are worn down. Some real good barn burners in the first round. It seems like the combatants have wised up to how deadly things are. There we are, the steel chair, the 3rd of 3 weapons available. Quick 1 count there. Raven thrown all the way across the ring. Just put him in a better position to fight. Double powerbomb to Yuji Hino. Short arm scissors here by Keiji Muto. Is just going to wear his opponents down. There are no submissions. Can't really grab a hold to save yourself in a match like this. Non-stop action. The exploding barbed wire death match. We might even change up, as this is going to be an annual tournament here in the GWA, the Trios Tournament of Terror. We might change up each year what sort of deathmatch stipulations are on offer, just to keep things interesting.
5 minutes gone.
This one seems okay. I do like the explosive aspect, but it seems okay. There's another version that obviously takes place in like a cage that might also be electrified or exploding. And there's one that has like weapons boards in the corners where you can like grab, either it's a barbed wire board or it's a board covered with light tubes that you can grab the light tubes off of and swing them. Anyway, we'll dip into that every October in game here. This is October of year 4. This is of course our inaugural Trios Tournament of Terror. It's going to be the only time that we defend the Trios Championship, I think, of the calendar year. It's more of a bragging right sort of thing. They survived, much like Keith Lee's hoping to survive that chair shot to the back of the head. Meanwhile, Muto's got Ray Phoenix. All business on the face of KG Muto as he gets spiked with a destroyer by Phoenix. Gonna take a lot more than that, says KG Muto, as he poses for the crowd. Non-stop action, as we said. The closest we've come is one of these matches was around the 25.5 minute mark, I would say, by the time it ended. So we were under 5 minutes to seeing the whole ring explode. I wish there were a button I could press to just have it happen. I'd do that after the winner were declared or something, just to see the explosives. I don't think that these 6 gentlemen are gonna take it to the limit of the 30 minutes. Not that that's the time limit, but that's certainly the explosive countdown. Muto doing his best to make it to the 30-minute mark by slowing things down with that knee bar. But again, it's not gonna help you win. Not gonna directly lead to a victory unless you use it to help you pin down another of your opponents so that they can't break up a pin attempt by a teammate of yours. As we have just passed the 10-minute mark here, blood everywhere, violence everywhere, as there has been all night here in the Trios Tournament of Terror, this one-night deathmatch tournament to determine the inaugural GWA Trios champions, split a fat paycheck, and earn yourself a title shot anytime in the coming year. Okada into the cover, and Phoenix breaks it up almost immediately. Spinning tombstone that Phoenix just watches happen. Meanwhile, Raven just hit the Raven effect. Excuse me, the even flow. Whatever you want to call it. His version of the DDT on Muto, who responds with a Shining Wizard. And then whips him into the barbed wire. Back and forth these two squads go. Doldrum's winning those two, and almost putting Okada down. Hang on, BBC, the Big Bang Catastrophe there by Keith Lee broken up almost immediately. Here it is again. Here it is again. No one's there to stop him. And Keith Lee pins Ray Phoenix. The Squared Circle K, your winners. All right, well, that's big cheers because they're faces. But I don't know how good that... 83, that's not terrible. That's not going to pull us up to an 80 overall, though. Boom! Congratulations. Get myself on camera. Oh, yeah. There we go. We have crowned you the champions. All right, the Squared Circle K. Trios champs. 78, not terrible. That's not too far below 80, and 80 is what you need to, like, definitely satisfy the audience. We're going to get chastised a little bit.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, it's alive. Thanks very much, Rocco. That's right, alive and kicking. Okay, so how did I do these? I have a format for doing these tournaments in my text file here. So your winner is that. Okay, so you need to go over one more. Put you in there. Our average being 78 isn't terrible. I'm not super happy about it, but it's not where I thought it would be, because this is the first time that we've presented deathmatch wrestling to our strong style audience. Not too shabby. So that means Muto, Okada, and Keith Lee have title shots in the next calendar year. And I have a sneaking suspicion that The Undertaker is going to want to coerce Keith Lee into using his title shot on the Hall of Fame Championship after getting pinned for the first time in the GWA by Keith Lee in this tournament. Ever since The Undertaker took that loss in Mexico that we don't like to talk about. See, there you go. Tonight was a success, but the fans weren't satisfied. I'm worried about our next event. We're 1.9% away from being perfectly fine in that regard, so I'm not gonna pay too much attention to that, because like I said, this was a whole new experience for our fan base. We made some good money off of it anyway. So we have new NXT Tag Team Champions. We have new AAA Tag Team Champions. And that's about it. We made over $1 million. AEW has a singles tournament scheduled. Okay, good stuff. So November started up. We found Pero in America. That's cool. All right. Oh, Bill and Dragon. Bill and Dragon. So that's going to be... Oh, I know what I can do there if they're feeling up to it. All right, I just have to make some notes here. So that's Bullock versus Rojo. Okay, so if I leave that as is, you just have to put them opposite each other in a match. So if everybody's feeling up to it, I can give the Junior Achievers a tag title shot at the Yard Dogs, and there you go. That satisfies this requirement, and that'll get more people in the building. Okay, so I wrote that down. Save that quick. Lots of people are going to want raises. Let me check my my management stuff first. To my training center maintenance. Okay, we did great on that show. We made over $1 million. Excuse me, and we're about to invest it wisely. In ourselves. Okay, this is my favorite video drop. I don't know. I haven't really futzed with these in too long, but I like this one.
It's fun being different if you have a healthy attitude.
All right, let's like it. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to level up our gym. Boom. So now we have gym level 7. How many people does that give us? We're going to find out in a second. Let's take a look at our merchandise. Wowzers. Blew through our limited run of the DVDs. Blew through all the branded snacks. Everything else is going to be okay for the next month. I'm going to leave that. That's fine. Though we're going to sell the rest of them. We'll just do some extra DVDs instead. Okay. So those are all doing fine. Sponsor contracts, everyone's good. See, the average match must be 50 or more, must be 60 or more, must be 50 or more. So I have to do better than 50 overall for my sponsors to stay. Likewise here. Yes, I must have at least 1,000 people in the stands. So we're going to be okay. All right, so we're in no danger of losing any of those anytime soon. Let's check our human resources. Actually, let's check our records. Promotional stats. 32 out of 38. I can add 6 more people. Okay, what I was thinking of doing, and I'm going to be totally transparent about this as I like to do, is I was going to be scouting, not at the moment, but I was going to be scouting the free agency pools and even promotions. And I was going to, over these next 2 months in the in-game 4th calendar year going into year 5, try to try to sign a tag team. Like an established team to put on our roster. So I'm going to just, I don't know, we're going to gear down and take a look at who's available and whatnot and make some decisions. Like probably off air, I'll probably make that decision and just sort of pursue them. But let's take a look at how everyone's feeling before I check to see who wants a raise. How's everybody doing? Red neck. That's not a joke about your heritage. That's just how you're feeling. It looks like. Okay, so Paige is out. I got to make note of who can't go next month is the other problem. Okay, Becky Lynch is fine. Buddy Murphy didn't wrestle for us, so they're fine. Darby Allin's all messed up. Yeah, he took a beating from The Undertaker. Okay. Kenny's okay. Kent is fine. Kurt could stand to stay off the old mat this month. Okay. Polly's okay. Oof. Dang. They're still in good shape though. I shouldn't use Bill Bullock. I shouldn't. Doesn't mean I'm not going to. But I shouldn't have. Mastiff's okay. Randy Orton probably leave off too. Okay. This is the ones I definitely should, and then once I come to the time of actually booking the show next week, we'll see how I feel. Wowzers. They're fine. Like, made it through to the finals, hunky-dory. Wow. And your winners, perfectly fine. Yeah, everybody that approached this thing from a stable, doing dandy. That's, well, good for them. All right, so we can feature them more. Okay. Wowzers. Okay, so personal advice. Here we go with who wants money. Okada wants money. You got it. Let's get rid of this. By get rid of this, I mean assuage their fears. Hello, Okada. What are you making? Okay. Tiny upgrades. Tiny upgrades. Kenny Omega wants more money. You got it. Consultation. Kenny Omega. What are you making? What are you making? 25? How about 27? Yeah. There you go. There you go. Okay, so they're happy again. At least for now. Personal advice. Masao wants more cash? Sure, buddy. No problem. We can make that happen for you. Champ! Oof, tiny raises for you. You're already in the $12,000, or you're in the $12,000 club now, huh? Okay. Nope, records. Personal advice. Everyone seems okay. Okay, everyone seems okay now, so we'll save that. I'm not going to scout anybody. I don't need to move anybody elsewhere. We've established relationships. I would love it if we could do another promotional battle, but we'll see. We'll see how people are feeling. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we did everything we need to do. I think we're ready. Are you ready? All right, well, we know Bonesaw's ready. Just overwrite that real quick. Blink. And yeah, I think we're gonna be able to save all this stuff. As I said, I'm gonna scout out a tag team to sign, so that's gonna be 2 months worth of signings. Actually, we can do a little bit of that now. We're only at 8:30. Let's take a preliminary look, shall we? No, we don't need management. We need human resources. And let's not offer a we gotta send some scouts out. Good thing we checked this. Okay, so let's check Latin America for hardcore wrestlers, just for something to do. See who we find. And then you like Kings Road and Showman, Japan, America. Let's do Showman from America. Off they go. Okay, so we send out the rest of our scouts. That's the only way we can really drum up the rest of the talent that should be on offer, because it's still a fraction of what should be available between the fact that we gave each roster half of their, or each promotion half of their actual roster, or at least half of what we'd had accrued in game, and then made the rest free agents or hidden behind the scouting thing. And there definitely are, like, there's got to be hundreds more hidden behind the scouting thing based on how many free agents are on offer. Because we got a ton of people in this universe, like over 1,000 wrestlers, like 1,100 or so, something like that. Anyway, what did I want to check? Oh, what I could also do real quick. Let me check these promotional stats. Okay, I don't know how to do this without using the. How do I do this without using? There we go. So they also held the tournament that Bobby Lashley won. Where did I send people? That's what I wanted to do. I didn't send anybody to AEW this time. I don't think. How'd they do without me? Oh, they got 15,000 people there. That's great. Oops. Okay, so I sent people to Ring of Honor, I think. Let's just look for us. Yeah, there we go. Vincent and Mike Bailey at a draw. Not great. Okay. I sent people to DDT. How'd they do? Did they use them? It doesn't look like they used anybody from me. I'm pretty sure I sent somebody here. Didn't I send you... Wait, didn't I send you Kobashi? Pretty sure I sent you Kobashi, and they didn't use them. Okay. All Japan I sent Buddy Murphy and Mad Polly. So Buddy Murphy in a draw in the opening contest, just tearing the house down, and then Mad Polly with Neo Nomura, former Triple Crown champion. Only 12,000 in a 30,000 seater though. That's too bad. What else did I do? I sent Drew McIntyre to Impact. How'd they do? Did they use you? Did they use? Yeah, there we go. Suicide versus Drew McIntyre. They probably don't want to use that gimmick anymore. Suicide. Stunk up the joint, it looks like. And then GCW, we sent you somebody too, didn't we? Yeah, Ilya Dragunov teamed with Solo Darling in the main event against Nick Gage and G-Raver, and they tore the house down. That's awesome. Good for them. Okay. At least, they're getting used sometimes. Oh, there's something else. Oh yeah, we're gonna not scout. I could at least look. There we go. Promotion stats. No. Wrestler stats. That's what I want. Okay, so like I said, I'm sort of looking for an established team. Like if I could get Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. And I could just, you know, put the Wolves back together. Something like that. That's not a bad idea, actually. So Davey Richards, I wouldn't want them separately. Let's see if Eddie Edwards is on offer. If they're already booked up. Nope, Eddie Guerrero. I mean, even amongst the North American contingent, I'm sure I could find an established team. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? They're both showmen, though. Can you imagine if I just signed the Road Warriors? They're so cheap. Or I guess I could... Oh my gosh, I got Ricky and Robert. Ugh. Do I really want the Rock and Roll Express? Probably not. I'll do some research on some teams here and then try to put something together. Like, technically, if I signed Sean Spears... I thought Wardlow was on offer. I already had Wardlow last time. I mean, if they're in the Pinnacle together, I can put them on a team. I'll do some thinking, because always, like, I don't want to repeat people. Kyle O'Reilly's here. Is Bobby Fish available? I could do Red Dragon. That might be good. 2 junior talents, a junior tag team. Not terrible. Not terrible. All right, shortlisted already, being as they are both free agents. All right, so there's my preliminary scouting. That's enough for me for today. There we go. Let's get to... Hiya! Do this real quick. Oh, things must have crashed because I don't even have my my text files open anymore. Something must have happened. Yeah, I feel like Windows Explorer crashed at some point. Anyway, I'd just like to thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be, and wishing everybody chill vibes and clear skies. And if you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, who's saying so long for now. We will be back on the air Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern as we continue our hunt for better accommodations in 7 Days to Die. And don't forget, at about 10:15 tonight Eastern Standard Time, Spooky Movie Times on the RadPad Discord, which you can type !DC to get an invitation to, or check me out in the Twitch panels, the abouts and whatnots. There'll be a link there, or hit me up in any of the social medias you see linked over there with that there Rad Gnarly 42 handle, and we'll get you all set up. That's going to be all for me for the moment. Like we said, 7 Days to Die tomorrow evening. That's our long stream. We got some Spooky Movie Times upcoming on the Discord if you want to hang out for those after 10. Just trying to vamp while the stream deck keeps crashing while I try to find somebody to raid, as per usual. It's my favorite part of the day. Oh, there we go. Oh, Haunt Links hasn't streamed in who knows how long. Let's go raid Haunt Link. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night, or possibly for Spooky Movie Times. Boink, boink, and the final boink.